my first question to you was about the genesis of this idea and the writing process and how you guys built these characters and what motivated you to make this film.
Yeah, so after Titli was at Cannes in 2014, but after that it took me a year and a half to see the film come out in India. So by the time Titli finished, it was October of 2015, and after that I started thinking, what is it that is bothering me a lot? What is it that I want to talk about next, and what is it that I'm feeling in my belly? And I realized that throughout my teens, my late teens, even till I was 24, 25. I had personally felt a certain sexual repression, and I had felt like I had been unable to express myself in ways that I would have wanted to. And what was even more sort of telling for me was that in this period I had seen a lot of young boys around me who had gone through a variation of what I had gone through, but in a much more intense way. And I felt like this was not talked about enough, and that's really where the seed for the film came in. But then as me and Atika started getting into the film, and we started thinking about why should we see this film and what is the lens that we have on the film, we started talking about the idea of space and how India is so curious as a country. I mean, we are the second most populous in the world right now. We are 1.3 billion people behind China. But where it's really different is that we are all so crammed into such little space. And the moment we sort of started talking about the relationship of sexuality with the spaces that we live in and how both affect each other in myriad ways and in bizarre ways, we for the first time knew that we possibly had a film that wanted to get out, that was something that needed to be talked about. So that was really the initial germination of the film, and I don't know if you want to add anything to it.
I mean, yeah, largely it was just this that we had a story on space. We figured that if we had to kind of amplify it, we'll have to relate it to sex, repressed sex, and then finding a dynamic between the two. And that negotiation led us to understand that, I mean, we had like some kind of an ethos and like some philosophy that we kind of developed, like a world building that we did for our film, which was independent of what, it was unique to Agra, which was that it's going to be a transactional world, it is going to have a very dark ending. But we didn't want to take very traditional ways of arriving there. We wanted to do it in a very, like a matter of fact way. So that is why there was this definiteness to the bleakness of this world. So these were the things we arrived at pretty quickly. And after that, we took a long time to nuance it. I think it took a terribly long time to arrive at this structure and to pin on this.
You have a great cast here. All your actors were brilliant, I felt. How did you cast, like how did you decide the cast, and also what was the process of working with the actors? I would like to know from you and the actors as well.
Yeah. So not only will we have my story, but we'll have your version also. So no, so Mohit, so the casting process was about 6 months long, and we were looking for Guru in 5 different cities, and but it was curious because we had found Mohit in the third week of our casting. But as every filmmaker is greedy, I said, "Nahin, let's keep looking." But we did have Mohit, and he was just so amazing with the way he was playing with the part that we were all really taken aback. And by the end, we had three really solid options for Guru. All three very good actors had their very own personal takes on the performance, but I had always felt that Guru was such a difficult character, and he was going to do so many dastardly, unacceptable things in the film that it was really important for me to have a body type and a face which could bring that empathy to the part already. So that this face that you have, is his. You feel like watching him, and you feel like being with him, that maybe go that extra mile with him just to see that. And I also didn't want Guru to be very physically imposing. So yeah, that coupled with obviously Mohit's just innate ability as a performer, just the ability to stay in the moment was precious. So Mohit was the obvious choice. Priyanka, I had written the part for. I had even while I was writing, I knew that Priyanka would be a very interesting choice to play this part. We tested some other people, but very quickly I knew that Priyanka had to play the part. And the moment we started reading the script together and all our initial conversations, her ease with, obviously, first of all, uh, her complete understanding of what the film was trying to do and what the character was trying to do, and then coupled with that, her complete surrender to the part and her vulnerability. In our initial days when I saw all that playing out, I knew that that this was going in a great direction, and Priyanka was there for the part. Rahul Roy, we again tested many people, but the moment Rahul started popping into the workshop space, I mean, every day, I'm not kidding, he used to be the first person to come at 9 a.m. and he used to be the last person to leave at 9:30 every single day. So I'm not even kidding. So the moment you have someone with so much passion, right? Yeah, we were workshopping for. So we're not doing scenes all day long, but you just have to stay in the space because you're doing some exercises just with yourself. No one is telling you what to do. So you're just, when you come for the workshop, you have to be there for the day. So just someone with his stature, with just the sheer dedication, just the sheer passion for what he was doing. I remember in the third week of the workshop, he took me to a corner and he said, "ये role मैं ही कर रहा हूँ, आप कोई नहीं कर रहा." So the moment an actor says that to you, you know that they've cast themselves already. So Rahul was that way, a very interesting choice for me and a first for me personally, because an actor, sort of forced me into casting them in a very nice way, which was a beautiful surprise. And Anchal was just, the moment she came to test, I think it was probably in our fourth or fifth week. But the moment she came to test, we knew we had found Chavi. We obviously pushed some buttons, didn't tell her that she was in because we just wanted to see more and more of Chavi before we told her. But yeah, she turned up and we knew that we had Chavi in many ways. And Vibhaji and Sonalji, I don't need to say anything about. Just Vibhaji is just such a tremendous actor. हम उनकी क्या वर्कशॉप लेंगे, उन्होंने हमारी वर्कशॉप ली. And same goes for Sonalji. Senior seasoned actors just getting the part in the flick of a finger. Just it was a pleasure. So I don't want to take so much time, so because the other stories are going to be more interesting. The other part.
$633. For actually बाहर फॉर्म हम भर दिए मैसेज पे मेल कर.
The script actually, I knew around the script.
मेल कर